Very good morning to our lecturer and our fellow friends. Our team is good, which represent greatest of all time. And my name is Victor, Ehem, John, Adam, and Uno. So I want to ask you all a question. Like, for those who have 5 cards and above, do raise up your hand. That you bring along with you guys.
Anyone with 5 cards?
5 cards.
5 cards in the wallet, and these 5 cards, yeah?
So this leads to what I'm talking about, the trends of using cards in Malaysia. So Malaysia do prefer using cards more than cash equivalents. Why do I say so? According to Malay Mail, 63% of Malaysians, they use debit card to make payment, and 37% of Malaysians, they use credit card. And according to New Straits Times, 64% of the Malaysians, they say using cards is much safer than cash. And Malaysians do also think that it is inconvenient for them to use e-wallet. Like when you go to a shop and the shop do not have any online paying system, so you can't use your e-wallet, and it is very inconvenient. And according to Malay Mail, 8% of Malaysians they use it. Only 8% of Malaysians they only uses e-wallet. And loyalty cards. As you can see here, these are the loyalty cards that we as Malaysians we are familiar with. These are the cards that we usually keep and bring along with us and where we go. Like bonus league, Real member card, Russell VIP card, Coffee Bean, Starbucks card. And this leads to the product that we are presenting. And this is an existing product, which is the Fuse card. The concept of this card basically combines all the cards that we have and use it as one. And I will pass it to you.
Hi, my name is Ehem, and so when these ideas of all cards in one was introduced in the market, it has a good response by the investor because they actually raised their fund through a crowdfunding website which is called Indiegogo, and they have eventually raised $2.5 million. And this shows that the investors in the US are interested in this product and they are confident because there's a big demand behind that, and they believe Fuse card can solve the issue, which is what card should I take today? But you see, I only talk about how much they have been invested in this card, but not the sales record, because there's an issue, financial security issue arise when they're during the initial launching phase of this product, which researcher has revealed that simply a code can hack inside the Fuse card lock system and access all the card. This is a very big issue. Then imagine this: you have a bank card, the credit limit is 50,000 ringgit, and once the card gets stolen, the only thing you have to bear is 50,000 as the worst. But with Fuse card, if the thief or the pickpockets gets your card, they will have access to 5 different payment cards if you have 5 data inside the card, and the same amount for the credit limits, you will get 250,000 ringgit loss, and that is 5 times more than the card you're going to hold normally. So therefore we provide a solution. Which is a technology has been surrounding us for quite some time, which is called the biometrics, and it's also known as the fingerprint thing. And this is a card concept usually came out by the MasterCard, and they are currently developing in the UK, and they are testing the product, and perhaps the product will be launched in 2021. And our idea is to combine Fuse card and the biometrics cards, and it becomes the Fuse EMV Plus. So now I'm gonna explain about the structures of this product. And as you can see, there's a charging contact, and these cards require to charge, and therefore this is for the charging. And the EMV chip, this card is able to use when you are using ATM or payment machines that supports Europay, Masterpay, and Visa. And buttons for features and switching cards and this will be explained later in the presentation. The e-paper screen, a flat screen, the electronic particles are controlled by the electric current in the form of fluid, and is very light. And also the fingerprint sensor, which is we're using a capacitive sensor, which normally in phone, you can see in the phone. The next one is the interior view, and there's a microchip microcontroller unit chip, which works as the brain of this card, and battery, Bluetooth antenna for Bluetooth. The near field communication antenna is for the usage of tracking your card. And for the back part, you can see there's a magnetic stripe, and this usually will use the card to swipe through the machine, and definitely you need these magnetic tracks and also QR code, because we think that in future perhaps Fuse will come up with their own e-wallet, and therefore we need this QR code in case. And for the next slides, I'll pass it to Adam.
So before I present my slide, I would like to apologize if I started a little bit because my nose is blocked. So I'll be talking about the app feature to manage the card. So what does the feature have is, it tracks all the card's expenses. For example, when you spend in the shop, it will show you that what you buy, it will show the amount of money that you spend. Next, it categorizes the spendings. That means, for example, you buy McDonald's, you buy Starbucks, it will categorize one by one. Next. And it also tracks the membership card usage date. For example, when you use your membership card today, it will track, okay, today you use your card, and how many points do they have? Next, the features of the card, you can put 50 cards into one card, and also have the biometrics verification, which is the fingerprint scanner, and also displays the e-paper display that shows the cards, the small space will show the card, and it also has the EMV chip, which supports Visa and MasterCard. It has location tracking, and then it can also remote wipe technology. It has remote wipe technology, which means it can remove all the information from the card through your phone, and the thickness of the card is 0.03, which is very thin and can easily go into your wallet. And you can put in your credit card, debit card, ID card, gift card, membership card, and OTP card into one card. And so when you buy the card, what you get is, you get the card reader dongle. You use that one to register the card into the app, and you get the e-charger as well, and it comes with the cable to charge the card. So how to register when you get the card? So step one, you have to download the app, which is the e-card manager. And step two, you can pair the phone. You can pair the card with the phone. You have to press the power button and the multi button to get the verification code that will be shown on the e-paper display. Next, step three, you have to put your fingerprint in to verify. For example, like when you set up your fingerprint on your iPhone, you have to go through this process. So it's the same thing with the card. Next, step four, you can start registering your membership card with the app through the card with the dongle, as shown here in the picture. Step one. Next. Oh, sorry. And so this is the easy 4 steps that the users can use to register the cards. Next, I'll pass it to Chong to explain about the charging rate.
Right, thanks Adam. Right, I'm Zhen Chong. Right, of course, this now they need energy consumption, which is they take about 10 minutes to get a fully charged. So basically, you can just put in the charger and just charge for 10 minutes, then you get a full charge, and can use up to 30 days. Right, they have two methods of two method payment for this Fuse card, which is first you can use a PayWave, which is you must put in your fingerprint at the same time to PayWave to actually complete the transaction. And the next is a PIN number is available, which is you can just key in your PIN number and you can complete the transaction. So this Fuse card is actually more secure, which is, as you can see, this card, they didn't show the card number and they show the last 4-digit number, and before you put in the fingerprint to the biometric things, and after you put in, you can actually see the card. and you can actually see the card number, which is you can see the number, the name, and also the card valid through, and also the three number. Right, so the next slide is about target customer, which we are targeting demographic, behavioral, and also psychological. Now, demographic is referring to we are targeting people who have a medium and high income level, which is people who are afford to buy our product. And the next is refers to behavioral, which is we are targeting people who hold different card, which means that they have a lot of a different card. For example, payment card, ATM, all those things, and also membership, which is bonus link, petrol card, Genting card, all this. So the next is we are targeting people who use this card very often. For example, let's say we go out, we spending money. Of course, we are using card. We don't use cash. So we are targeting this kind of people. And also lastly is about psychological. Is we are targeting people who value membership benefits, which means that people who are very high interest in membership benefit, which means they keep collecting points and claim for the reward. And the next is value privacy security, which means that people who need a very secure things to keep their own privacy. And then lastly is about feel e-wallet is convenient. We are targeting those people who are very high technology, usually students and also millionaires. So I will pass next slide to Hong Long.
So we'll continue to the target customer profile. Our first customer will be Jason. He's a college student with a pocket money of 2,000 per month. So he is coming from a high income level background. So he is a tech geek. He loves new technologies. Who own many loyalty cards and payment cards. So he uses the cards every day. So continue to next customer will be Adrian. He is a business traveler who always travel while doing business. So he usually have his phone and card with him daily. Of course, he has many payment cards since he will be traveling around. So he value convenience. Next will be the unique selling point. So our unique selling point focus more on convenience and security. So convenience and security can target the both customer just now that mentioned, because for business traveler they prefer convenience, such as so that they don't need to bring many cards. Most of the card will be in one card, so they just have to bring one card. In terms of security, they have to use the biometrics so that they can do the transaction. And also, when the card is away from them, they will have the location tracking so that they can find it back. This card also is useful for the working parents. They can buy one card for their children to use with their consent, so that they can also track the spending their children use. So next I'll be passing to
So thanks, Hong Long. I'll be talking about the storyboard. So firstly, I'll be giving about a brief introduction about storyboard. So storyboard is a process of drafting out your ideas and imaginations before making out a video or doing a video. This is because to save your time and cost, because if without a plan or any imaginations or ideas as a draft, if you go take a video straight or advertisement video, you might have to retake it, it takes your time and incurs additional costs. So in that case, storyboard is the major purpose to draft out your ideas and imaginations into a scenes, like four to five scenes, and then when you go take a video, it's easier because you have a plan. So before I start with our storyboard, I would like to apologize because our storyboard is not good as theirs. So maybe in the future I'll use the storyboard creator or generator. Yeah. Thanks. Okay, this is our storyboard. We'll give you my name. His name is John. This is basically all our drawings. So his name is John. He's a businessman which owns many cards in his wallet. And one day while he was watching the news, he came across the news. The news was about bank card robbery. So John was freaked out. Next. So what John said is that it's very dangerous to have so many cards. Is there any way to overcome this problem? So while he was worried and on the way to work, he saw a billboard. And the advertisement was about our product, which is the fuse. So it stated that all-in-one. It was also written with a website, and also it said that you can apply this card online. So next. So John was enthused. And he said, I'm definitely getting this card. Let's surf the site and apply. Next. So he also surfed the net and he got to know many information about the product. For example, what types of card can be added inside this fuse card and what are the features, as mentioned before from my group mates. Next. So after getting the card from many cards, it became only one card in John's wallet. Besides that, John was also happy because there's an app, as mentioned before. In the app, he can see his daily, weekly, and monthly analytics. And also, if the card got stolen, he can also track the card, and also it shows the balance of each card that has been registered under this Fuse card. So that's it. This is presented by Fuse. Thank you. These are the context and evidences of our group. Next.